Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing a sort of different style video, just talking about some of the finds I've gotten over the month. As I've talked about in my community tab, if you've seen it, I've started college, so I haven't really had much time to do individual reviews or even individual videos. So I figured right now, while I have downtime, I might as well just talk about all the finds, or at least most of the interesting ones that I've gotten over like the past couple months. And I'll probably turn this into like a monthly or a bi-monthly thing, just to like be able to get the chance to review stuff that I wouldn't have had the time to like on its own. But yeah, with that all being said, let's get started with the first item. Alright, first we're going to be taking a look at all Engines Go motorized Ashima. Now, this is actually the last item I purchased of Thomas from Target, because as most people know, Target, I'm sorry, I'm sick and I'm also rusty filming, so I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes right now. But Target stopped selling most Thomas stuff. I think they only had like the train table and stuff like that. But so this was the last thing I bought from there. It was on sale for like $6 something, and I figured, you know what, why not? Let's just pick it up. So yeah, let's open it. I'm not gonna be too careful opening this because really I don't care about Ashima, so whatever. Alright, here we have her out the box. Let's take a look at these pipes first. If you can see there, it's definitely got like a little bit of a metallic fleck to it, which is interesting to say the least. It's also got like a pink flatbed, which, you know, that's nice. Now let's take a look at Ashima. It's actually not a bad representation of the character. I could definitely see this being turned into like a classic line sort of release. Nice. This whole thing is like a sticker, which honestly doesn't feel the best, but hey, whatever. This whole like top bit is really ugly though. Like, it's just completely undetailed and it looks really weird. Like, is this dome, why is it huge? I don't know. I've also gotten really used to seeing side rods on the classic stuff, so seeing this without side rods is kind of weird too. And weirdly, she has side rods right here, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I don't have much to say about her, so let's just go on to the next item. I forgot to mention I am doing this semi-chronologically, but I'm going to save the like bigger portion to the end. So this is actually the thing I've gotten most recently. So if you see my community tab, you know I went to Dale with Thomas and I picked up this guy. Look at him. Now, of course, I've already opened him, but I have one in the box, so we can take a look at the box here. I really like that this uses a like image of the toy instead of like a show promo picture. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. It's got a nice logo over here, 80th, and admittedly a little bit of a creepy face, but I do wish the like black smile kind of came through on this guy. But yeah, it's a pretty nice box. I do wish that like they had the other characters, but you know, it's a Dale with Thomas thing, so I don't really mind too much for this one. And yeah, let's talk back about the toy real quick. Let's talk about the truck. It's a very interesting truck. This is the only time we've seen this piece in red, so I guess that's kind of nice. Blue wheels is kind of weird. I do like the brown color. The cake detail is really weird because this doesn't come with any cargo, so it really makes no sense why there's cake all over this. Like, if this came with like a cake thing, or even like one of those things from the wobbly cargo cake Thomas, I think this could have made it a whole lot better. I do like the face though. Yeah, it's sort of whatever. I like the brown color, but that's about it. Let's talk about the real star of the show, and that's Thomas himself. Look at this face. I used to not like it. I'm actually, after having it in person, I've definitely grown on it a little bit. I've already done the coupling on, as you can see. This decaling is incredibly accurate to the real Strasbourg Thomas. Like, well, I don't know if he has that, but this side detailing is really, really nice. Unfortunately, it's kind of low quality, if you can see there. Like, that's like bootleg territory. If you can see that, the weight balance is all off. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I'll take it. It's not the biggest deal in the world, I guess. It definitely needed like a little bit of like gold on it to make it really stand out, because it's an 80th anniversary thing. I just realized it was out of focus. I'm sorry. Definitely needs a little bit of gold. Like if there was like a 80th emblem or something on the toy. That would have been really nice. But all in all, for this being a representation of what you see at Dale with Thomas events, this is really nice. I do wish that this came with the white running board, and I'll talk about that more when I get to the next item. But for an item that's specifically being made for an event that's not going to really have that many quantities, I think they could have easily at least given us black buffers or the white running board and stuff like that. I think that's a real missed opportunity for this guy, but that's really the only thing that I have an issue with. Also, just noticed that there's cake on his cab windows. That's nice. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite new releases so far. And with that being said, let's get on to my actual favorite new release. And that, I just dropped something, but that is Talking Classic Thomas, I should say. Look at this guy. First, let's take a look at the coaches. If I could get this uncoupled, because I did a mod, and I'll talk about that in a second, but yeah. These coaches, I originally I didn't really like them. I thought they were like way too big and, you know, just looked kind of weird. But after having them in person, they definitely, I just dropped it. After having it in person, they definitely grew on me. I have replaced the wheels because originally they came with the spiked wheels and that just looked really ugly. And you could see here with a sort of normal proportion Thomas that they don't look too bad. I actually like them quite a bit. Does this beat the motorized 2020 release? No, definitely not. That's like my favorite version, hands down, but definitely still a nice version of Annie and Clarabelle. Now let's get on to the real star in the show, and that's Thomas himself. Now, right away, this guy is very weighty. I probably because I'm comparing it to this guy who has no batteries in him, but this guy has a very nice weight to him. See there? Very nice face. The sticker detailing I actually prefer over the molded detailing just because the whistle is actually gold. If you're not going to paint the whistle, you might as well just make it a sticker. See here, the side is not, doesn't have the weird weathering, which I like. And the wheels also line up a little bit better to the wheel arches, if you can see there. The one thing, again, I really don't get why it's not on this model, because this is the most expensive Thomas out of the range. We really should have gotten the white running board and black buffers here. Like, there's no excuse. This is a $20.99 toy. $20.99, so $20.99. But I got this at TJ Maxx, weirdly enough. It was in like, I heard that it was in Marshalls, so I checked Marshalls. It wasn't there. They had other Talking Engines. But I went to TJ Maxx, and this guy was in just like some random box. I was like, oh my god, I found him, let's go. And weirdly enough, at TJ Maxx, literally every single thing is marked down from their original price. So like, this is Shima at Target, this was a discount, this was $6. At TJ Maxx and like at Marshalls and Kohl's and stuff like that, that's the normal price for like twin packs. And for this guy, I paid the price of a regular 3-pack engine, if you can see up there. So I paid like just about 13 bucks for him, which is a very good price. And if you see here, I actually have the box, so I could probably show that. But here's the box, if I can get that in frame. When they're in the box, they actually take up like a lot of room, which is kind of funny. Okay, here we go. TJ Maxx, compare $18. I can tell you that these don't sell for $18. They sell for like 20, but you know, whatever. $12.99. That is a fantastic price for this guy. If only they actually sold for that much. Nice back of the box. And I actually bought another item at TJ Maxx. I bought Talking Emily. Now this is one I also really wanted, but I told myself that I wasn't going to get this until I found Talking Classic Thomas over here. And coincidentally, I found this at the same place I found, not the same place, but like, basically it was like a shopping center, so Marshalls and TJ Maxx were right next to each other, so I went into Marshalls and I found Talking Emily for the same price, 13 bucks. So basically I got both of these for like $6 more than I would have gotten a single one of these at like Walmart or something. But yeah, I'm not gonna open this just yet because I want to shed some light on another item. This is Talking Kana. Now this was an item I got for Christmas like a couple months ago, well, like 9 months ago now, and I never opened it. But I figured now we should open it because this guy actually talks to Kana. So I figured it would be cool to show that off on camera.
Hey there, friend. Hello, Kana.
Who is that? Who's that? Or is that Emily? I literally don't remember. Okay, anyways, let's get this open. Now, I don't care about Kana. I'm literally only opening this because I wanted to hear it with the classic Thomas. And now I'm like literally...
I'm the best.
I'm setting it off.
Hey there, friend.
Shut up! Alright, here we go. Here's her out the box. Comes with a hopper car, which, you know, whatever. Yellow wheels is kind of ugly, but, you know, sure. Also comes with a nice trophy here. I think this is like a race for the Sodor Cup theme, which I haven't seen, but whatever. Let's. Oh my God.
If you need speed, I'm the best.
Thomas is like the one guy who's not talking.
Full steam ahead.
Why aren't they talking to each other right now? There we go. Bye, Kana. Also, if you haven't noticed, this is John Hasler, the UK voice actor for Thomas. That is amazing. I love John Hasler's Thomas voice. I've always wanted a UK talking Thomas, and I finally got one, which I guess technically this isn't UK because it was sold everywhere, but yeah, it's so cool to have a John Hasler Thomas. This face definitely screams John Hasler to me, so hearing his voice come out this Thomas is really nice. Also, something I forgot to mention, I took the coupling and I shortened this just by cutting the long bit, and it still works because for some reason they use like a wider coupling hook. So unfortunately you can't just swap the coupling, but it's pretty easy to just cut it and it would still work. Kana doesn't have the long coupling hook weirdly, so I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. But now let's take a look at Emily. Emily is also a character that didn't get a CGI talking rendition, so this would also be a new, not new because he does say it in the old talking version, but for me it would be new. I didn't mean to do that.
Hello, dear friends.
And here we go. This is the first time I've actually had a All Engines Go Emily, so this is very nice. Unfortunately, the stickers are misplaced there. If I saw that in store, I wouldn't have bought this, but you know, it's too late, too little, too late. This is got cab stickers, like they've kind of stopped doing that, but now they went back to doing it. Weirdly, the cab isn't black. Is their cab not black? I'm trying to find an Emily. Huh, I guess it's not. I just looked at a wooden Emily and I don't think it has the black. Whatever. Okay, let's hear Thomas talk to Emily. I should probably have it this way so that they're looking at each other.
Marvelous.
Well, you kind of heard it from him. Literally everybody went out.
The happy engine. Be safe. On my way. #1 blue engine. Right on time. Hi, friends. Hello, Thomas. What's going on? Making a very important delivery.
Yeah, this coupling gap kind of sucks, and unfortunately you can't really do my mod where I put like an end of the side rod there, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix that. But also cool to see her 12 on here. This is the first time I've owned Emily. Not the first time, because wooden Emily has that, but this is the first time a motorized Emily had the number 12 that I had. I can't say things right. Anyways, let's take a look at her coach now, which is definitely the highlight of this pack. This is why I wanted it in the first place. This coach is very nice. They could very easily pass this off as a classic coach if they decide to make a classic Emily. But compare these to the Annie and Clarabelle, and if anything, I think this coach is scaled a little bit better than this one, but you know, still, they're both very nice coaches, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this Emily and this Thomas. Not so much with this Kana, but I didn't buy it, so whatever. Let's get everybody over here. Put everything up. This is a very rough video, if you could notice, so I apologize for that, but whatever, it works. Let's get you here, even though I don't really like. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Again, I apologize that there hasn't been as much videos, and I apologize if this video seemed a little bit fast-paced. I had to make it fast-paced because time. I don't know. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Bye.